Welcome back to my channel, friends. And yes, today what you can see in my hand is a new tool. I got this tool very recently and I was requested a lot to make a video on this. So here I am with my video tutorial. Okay, so now this tool is called a wood grain tool. So this is used to give the effect of a wood natural wood linings on any of your base. So this is in rubber form. The coating is rubber. Inside I think there is some metal piece kind of thing, and this is quite handy. This is really just fits into your hand and you can work it out with this one. Now the size of this particular tool what I have is 5 it's almost 6 inches by almost 2 inches. Now this is curvy. This is going to help you in give you the pattern, and this side the handle is approximately 4 inches, and this has got a good grip. Like, I have a chubby fingers, so even with that, if I can hold it, then it is going to be surely an easy tool for you to handle it. Okay, and now here it has these patterns, the semicircular patterns, and this is on the complete top layer, and this is in a curvy shape, as you can see. So this is like this is not straight, this is curvy from one side. And on the handle side, yes, you have this grain lines. I hope you can see that now. So these are the grain lines, and let's start on how to use this tool. But before starting that, yes, I have listed down the link down in the description box of this tool so that you can buy this. This is a must tool if you love working with your mixed media projects and you love wood. Then definitely this tool is going to be really handy for you. Now for using this tool, I have this plywood piece. This is again a scrap piece which I got from my neighbor's house. This was I got these pieces when some work was going on, so I am going to work on this surface. Now ideally I should prep up my base if I'm working on a base where I am going to use different textures, but as I am going to use this tool only, and the ply quality is really good, so I'm just going to use my paints on this. Now again, ideally when you are saying that you want to have the wood effect, you should use the brown shades. That is going to give you the real look of the actual wood, but I am running out of brown color now, so I thought of adding my acrylic red paint and my acrylic blue color shade, and I am going to create a darker color. So this is not going to be the exact wood shade, but this is going to be a darker shade here. So this is very similar to the kind of wood color, but not the exact one. I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. I'll mix some more of the colors because I am immediately going to color the edges also. So let me just blend in the color here in this palette only. Now even if I don't get the even colors, that's absolutely fine, because anyways I am going to use my tool to this palette, and I just want to make sure that I have some of the excessive colors, and I put up a thick layer so that it doesn't dry out fast when you have to work with your tool. And if your surface is big like this, now this surface is really big. This is approximately 16-17 inches wide in length. So yeah, that's quite big. So yes, here I am doing my coloring work on my complete palette, and I'm just, like I said, I am going to make sure that I have a thick coat of paint so that I can give my coat effects really well. So yes, I'm almost done, and now it's time to use this tool. Now the first thing what you need to do, oops, let me just close my paint bottles. Okay, now the first thing you need to do is you need to hold your tool like this and make the lines. This is just to create fine lines in your wood. Can you see that? Can you really see that? I will just zoom this, and okay, now can you see the fine lines? And now the next step is to play with this tool, and you just need to wave this. Now again I will just zoom in, and let me try this again. You just need to keep waving that, and can you really see the wood effect? Oh, this looks really cool. Really cool. Can you see these lines? These are the actual kind of wood lines which is there, which you can always find with your real wood pieces. Now let me add one more shade to it so that it looks more clear. So let me do a quick brush up with this yellow shade, and let me pour in some color. Oh, I'm really loving this one because this is so fun blending the colors here. And now here I'm going to put up this in the vertical stripes, and let's see what kind of effect you get with this. Okay, so some more of yellow color. Now I'm doing this just to have a little more contrast on my palette, and just to show you that what kind of color variations you can get with this. Now you saw that with the plain color, the plain red blue color combined color, and now it's time to do with this one. Now here I'm not going to use this side of my tool, I'll directly use this portion. So can you see? Wow, let me just do this here and something on this side. Wow, this looks really amazing. Can you see the wood grains? Can you really see the lines? And with the dual colors, it's looking really interesting. I'm really loving this. Now let us complete this project. So I'm just going to take out all the extra colors, and I am going to cover up the sides of my base with the same color. Now stay tuned. I have some of the really interesting steps to share with you all. So here I am covering my covering my tool completely from the sides also with the same shade. So okay, and now I will be covering up this area also. Now let me add, actually these grains have some colors and I'm using those colors only, and as you can see that I have almost completed the sides of this palette with the same piece of color, and yes, here I am done. So I will just add some more grains to it, and I am now quite happy with this one. Okay, so now I'm going to let this dry completely and then I will be back. Okay, and by the time I'm also going to clean this up very nicely right away. Okay, so my base has dried out completely. Now I actually give it a good heat gun dry up, and then I also let it in dry naturally for some more time. So approximately I give it around 30-35 minutes to dry out completely. And now it's time to move on to the next step where I'm going to write my names on it. So earlier I had done this printing, which I found that it's a bit smaller than the size of this. So the maximum size what I could get was this one. So I've got this from my printer, and now I am planning to have this on my board. Now I just need to make sure, because this one did not got print, I really don't know why, so I will have to take care of that. So okay, so I am planning to have it in the center only. I really don't want to have too much of space on the sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to consider welcome as my center. So this is 3.5, and this is 3.5, a little more. So I'll just shift it a bit this side, and I think this is really good to go. Now to paint this one, I'm not going to stick this one, so I really need to paint this one, and I have this white color tracing paper. So this is actually the carbon sheets what we call as, and I'm listing down that in the description box, so don't worry about that. So here I'm going to place this one, then I will keep this one, and I just want to make sure that this line is straightly aligned to it. And now again I'm going to just check the size. This is, oh, this is I think too much. Okay, so now from here to here it's almost 3.5, from here to here it's almost 3.5, and this is just perfect now. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to take up a pencil and I'm going to trace this one. Let me zoom in the camera and show you that here I am going to trace it. Let me switch on the light. Okay, I hope that's more clear now. So now I am going to trace the border line on my panel.
À deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Que j'ai presque pu le goûter.
Okay, so here I am done with my tracing and I'm already loving it. Can you really see? This looks pretty cool now, and now I need to add my color. So here I have this which number? This is 1 number brush, or maybe I can take this 4 number brush, or maybe maybe I can have. Okay, this is again 4. So choosing your brush number is really tricky here, and with having so many brushes, it becomes really confusing. Okay, so I'm picking up all the 4 numbers only. I really don't know why. Let me give it a last try. Oh, this is also 4. Okay, so no worries. So I am going to use these 2 brushes, and then I'm going to use my acrylic white paint, and I'm going to fill this up completely.
Bonheur est passé à 2 doigts de nos lèvres, 2 doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Le bonheur a sculpté de son ciseau d'orfèvre des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à 2 doigts de nos lèvres, 2 doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Le bonheur a sculpté de son ciseau d'orfèvre des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Que j'ai presque pu le goûter. 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 Impossible à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à 2 doigts de nos lèvres, 2 doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Le bonheur a sculpté de son ciseau d'orfèvre des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à 2 doigts de nos lèvres, 2 doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Le bonheur a sculpté de son ciseau d'orfèvre des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Impossible à effacer. Que j'ai presque pu le goûter.
Okay, so now I am just going to give it a quick border line just in at the ends of the name. So I will be taking up some color and just a straight line. That's it, just approximately, nothing really specific, nothing really any size. And this is really good to go for me. So I just need to broaden this one and make it a little longer. Done. So this is done. Now again I need to let it dry completely so that we can move on to the next step. Okay, so here I am done with my text. Off the camera I did the second coat of my white paint on the text. I just wanted to highlight it a little more, so that's what I did. And now really interesting, so this actually nameplate what I have created is more in a rustic kind of feel, the wood finish, but with a rustic kind of shades what I have used. So I have decided to use these metal caps. Now these are the cold drink caps, which is just a scrap, and I have planned that I am going to use this. So I'm not sure how to have it. Let me see how can I arrange it. Let me see how does this looks. No, is it too much? Is it too much? I don't mind if it goes off my board, but let me let me, okay, how does this look? Okay, I think this looks good here. And let me stick this one. Now for sticking this, I am going to use my E6000. This is actually for industrial use. This is waterproof, flexible, paintable, non-flammable, and I really like this. This is really good for all the heavy duty stuff. And one important thing, this should not be used by children's at all. So please do make sure that if you have these tubes and if you are using this one, the kids are not around. Okay, now I will be using this one to stick these. And yes, of course this is quite expensive, but this is totally worth the money. And once you stick anything with this, it's not going to come out at all. So especially for sticking the metals and everything, this works really great. So here I am going to quickly stick up all the metal coins, just some drop of adhesive and stick it, just a drop of adhesive, scrub it well and stick it. This is really fun and I'm happy with the overall finish of this because it has so different textures. Like I've worked with the wood grain tool, then I worked with this paint, then I did the tracing work, and now I am adding these metal caps. So this one, actually these caps I actually got from Goa. Yeah, it's not that they are not you can't get this in Bangalore, but we had been to Goa for a family vacation, and there I think outside some of the fort we were just having some refreshing drinks, and there everywhere these were lying. So I actually asked that lady had that stall, and I asked her, can I pick these up? And she was laughing at me. She was literally, she was like, these are scraps, why do you really need these ones? I said, I really don't know. Till that time I actually didn't knew that what I'm going to do with this. But yes, I have done few of the embellishments, DIY embellishments with this one. So if you want, you can check those videos. It is already there in my channel, and that's interesting. All right, so this is actually blending so well with my color theme. So every time you don't have to use something very creative from your purchase. Every time you don't have to buy everything, even from the scrap pieces. Like I always say, if something is lying around your house, try that out, and it is going to work out really well. Okay, so tightly closed, I'll keep it back. So here this looks really amazing, and now it's time to add up my varnish. So here I have taken a flat brush and I'll just mix up my varnish really well, and now I am going to do my varnish, and I'm going to make sure that I apply my varnish generously on my complete palette. First I'm going to cover up the name because I'm really worried about that, because I really don't want to do any other mess up here. So I'm just covering my complete palette with my varnish. Now the varnish what I'm using is my Asian Paint water-based varnish. So when I say water-based varnish, that means you need to add water to this varnish, and the ratio and how much you have to do, I have already done a video tutorial on that. That's a detailed video about this particular varnish, this Asian Paint varnish. And yes, you also need to make sure that you keep it in a tight container so that it does not dries out. And there is reason why I keep it in a small container. Now if you really want to know that, you will have to check that video out. If you want to use your spray varnishes, you can try that, but honestly speaking, I prefer having this varnish here specifically for this project, because usually when we are making nameplates, they are going to be they are going to be placed out of your house. That's going to be the area which is going to be completely exposed. So that's the reason I feel that these varnish works wonderfully. Now I'm just dabbing some of the varnishes inside the caps also, so that it does not get rust easily and it becomes easy for me to clean up everything. Now you can already see that my caps are still moving. Why? Because it's still wet. I should have let it dry completely, but being the kind of impatient person, I really did not want it to wait. So yeah. Okay, now it's time to give a coat of varnish to my sides. This is one of the very important steps. You should never ever leave your sides just like that. You should always try to make sure that you have given a good coat of varnish to all the sides of your project, so that when you are cleaning later on, whenever you are doing the finishing work on this, it pops out really well. Oops, this becomes difficult. Okay, no problem. I think that's okay. I should keep my jar here so that it becomes easy for me. Yes, so here I'm applying my varnish on all over my project. Now here I'm going to give a good 2-3 coats of varnish. Now after each coat of varnish, I'm going to let it dry completely for at least 1 day, so that it dries out really well, and then I will put up the next coat. So with this, my nameplate is done. Later on I'm just going to add up the hooks, and this is done. So here is my nameplate with the wood effect, with the rustic effect, and few of my scrap pieces of my embellishments, my savings, and it's done. So I really hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. Yes, I'm listing down all the supplies down in the description box. Do check that. If you have any queries, please do comment below. I will more than happy to help you all. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.